A Noisy Day by Mr. Noisy. Hello, I'm Mr. Noisy. Sorry, I'll try to whisper. It was very difficult being quiet when you were me. You see, I just can't help being noisy. Everything I do noisily. For instance, I went to the cinema the other day, and I bought a bag of crisps to eat during the movie. Well, each bite I took sounded like 100 milk bottles being smashed to smithereens. Nobody could hear the film. Believe it or not, I was trying to eat them quietly, and I couldn't. I had to leave the cinema. Then there was time I went to a library to read a book. Now, you would have thought that reading a book is one of the quietest things you could do. It probably is. That is, unless you are like me. Went my shoes as I tiptoed around the library looking for a book. With the book, when I put it down on the table, with the chair when I pulled it in. Rustle, 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 with the pages as I turned them. It was no good. I couldn't read a book quietly. I had to leave the library as well. As you can see, it's not easy being me. Most of the time people think that I'm a terrible nuisance. But there was one whole day when everyone is very glad. I am as noisy as I am. It was the day that I went to the seaside. I caught the buses about at the hill below my house. 1 ticket for the railway station, please, I said, in what I thought it was a quiet voice. But the bus driver nearly fell out of his bus. On the way to the station, we got stuck in a dreadful traffic jam. While we were waiting, a fire engine came up behind us. They were trying to get to a fire, but couldn't. They couldn't get through because their siren is completely broken. I hopped on the fire engine. Out of the way, fire engine coming through. I yelled at my last voice, just very, very loud. Instantly, all the cars on Weville Town's High Street moved out of the way. Oh, thank you very much, said the fire chief, and they rushed out to put out the fire. The station was in chaos when I reached it. There were people running around in every direction, shouting and bumping into each other. The station's loudspeakers did not work, and nobody knows which train was leaving from which platform. I went up to the station master, who was looking very worried. I may be able to help, I said. I stood on an upturned box. The Seaside Express will be leaving from Platform 1, and the Tittlechan train will be leaving from Platform 2, and the Nonsense Land train is waiting at Platform 3. I shouted at the top of my voice. All the passengers happily made their way to the trailers. The station master smiled at me. It's not often when someone smiles at me after I just shouted at the top of my voice. Thank you very much, he said. Mr. Noisy reading a book. This. We soon arrived only to find Seatown shrouded in fog. It was so thick that if I had a nose, I would hardly be able to see it on my face. I certainly couldn't see the nose of anybody else's face. I went to the Seaview Hotel. There was nobody at the front desk. I rang the bell. Ding. The manager rushed out of his office, looking very shaken. I'd like a room for the week, please, I said in my very quietest whisper. Sorry, I can't hear you, said the manager. The sound of the bell is still ringing in my ears. I'd like a room, please, I said a little louder. The manager nearly fell over backwards. He heard me that time. After I went down to the beach, it was still very foggy. As I walked along, a man who was running at the beach bumped into me. "Oh, I'm sorry," said the man. "But I'm in a terrible rush. I'm the lighthouse keeper and the foghorn. The lighthouse is broken. I don't know what to do." "I do," I said, and smiled. "I'm sure you can guess what I did next." "That's right." I climbed up at the lighthouse and shouted, "Beware of the rocks," all night long. The rest of my stay at the seaside was much quieter. You'll never guess why, but I'll tell you. All my shouting had made me lose my voice. This is feisty. A feisty commercial actually has to explode his dick. Do not say this word. It is free. Coke. Do not sneeze on Coke. What the Busch Gardens Tampa is in Florida. Garnixle. What is? Did you say Garnixle has his real name? Tell me what the real name is, Garnixle. It's Coke. I think. Wait, why am I exploding itself? Myself. Not is a kind of garden you instantly say. What the is this? Is this just Abby Cadavi performing Hooray Hurrah for Broccoli in this video in the Busch Gardens Tampa? Is this old and feisty? Did you win? Thirsted. This is so plain feisty. Fix. Good. What the world has instantly exploded the Nikes? I was talking to the buffalo. It's funny.